Book 3, line 339. The Story of Echo and Narcissus. He, Tiresias, famed far and near through all the Boeotian towns, gave answers that none could censure to those who sought his aid. Ille per aeonias fama celeberrimus urbes, in reprehensa dabat populo responsa petenti. The first to make trial of his truth and assured utterances was the nymph Liriope, whom once the river god Cephisus embraced in his winding stream and ravished while imprisoned in his waters. Prima vide vocisque rate temptaminas sumpsit caerula Liriope, quam quondam flumine curvo implicuit clauseque suis Cephisos in undis vintulit. When her time came, the beauteous nymph brought forth a child, whom a nymph might love even as a child, and named him Narcissus. Enixia est utero pulcherrima pleno, infantem nymphae, iam tunc qui posset amari, Narcissumque vocat. When asked whether this child would live to reach well-ripened age, the seer replied, if he never know himself. De quo consultis an esse tempora mature visurus longa senecte, fatidicius vates, si se non noveret inquit. Long did the saying of the prophet seem but empty words. Vanatio visa est vox auguris. But what befell proved its truth. The event in the manner of his death, the strangeness of his infatuation. Exitus illam resque probat etique genius novitasque furoris. For Narcissus had reached his 16th year, might seem either boy or man. Namque ter ad quinos unum, Cephisius annum, adiderat poteratque puer, juvenisque videri. Many youths and many maidens sought his love, but in that slender form was pride so cold that no youth, no maiden touched his heart. Multi illum juvenes, multe cupiere puelle, sed fuit in tenera tam dura superbia forma, nulli illum juvenes, nulle tetigere puelle. Once, as he was driving the frightened deer into his nets, a certain nymph of strange speech beheld him, resounding echo, who could neither hold her peace when others spoke, nor yet begin to speak till others had addressed her. Adspisit punct trepidos agitantem in retia cervos, vocalis nymphae, quae nec reticeri liquenti, nec prior ipsa loqui didicit, resonabilis echo. Book 3, line 358. Up to this time, echo had form and was not a voice alone. Corpus ad hoc echo, non vax erat et tamen usum, carula non alium. And yet, though talkative, She had no other use of speech than now, only the power out of many words to repeat the last she heard. Quam nuc abit oris abebat, redere di multis ut verba novissima posset. Juno had made her thus, for often, when she might have surprised the nymphs in company with her lord upon the mountainsides, Echo would cunningly hold the goddess in long talk until the nymphs were fled. Fecerat hoc Iono, quia cum deprendere posset sub Iove sepe suo nymphas in monte Iacentis, illa deam longo prudent sermone tenebat, dum fugerant nymphae. When Saturnia realized this, she said to her, Post quam hoc Saturnia sensit, that tongue of thine by which I have been tricked shall have its power curtailed and enjoy the briefest use of speech. Puis ait linguae, quasum delusa, potestas parva tibidabitur, voxisque brevissimus usus, reque minas firmat. The event confirmed her threats. She merely repeats the concluding phrases of the speech and returns the words she hears. Tantum ec infine loquent, geminat voces auditaque verba reportat. Now, when she saw Narcissus wandering through the fields, she was inflamed with love and followed him by stealth. Ergo ubi Narcissum per Desia rura vagiantem, vidit et incaluit, sequitur vestia furti. And the more she followed, the more she burned by a nearer flame. Quoque magis sequitur, flamma propiore calescit, as when quick-burning sulphur smeared around the tops of torches catches fire from another fire brought near. Non aliter quam cum sumis circumlita teis, ad motas rapiunt vivacias sulphura flammas. Oh, how often does she long to approach him with alluring words and make soft prayers to him. O quotient voluit blandis, accedere ictus et modis adhibere brecis. But her nature forbids this, nor does it permit her to begin. Natura repugnat nexit, incipiat, sed quod sinit illa parata est expectare sonos. But as it allows, she is ready to await the sounds to which she may give back her own words. Ad quos sua verba remitat. By chance the boy, separated from his faithful companions, had cried, Is anyone there? Forte puerco mitum seductus ab agrime pilo, dixerat, Equis ades? And here, cried Echo back, et adest, responderat Echo. Amazed, he looks around in all directions, and with loud voice cries, Come! Hic stupid, utque actiem partes dimitit in omnis, voci venit. And come, she calls him, calling. Magna clamat, vocat illa vocantem. He looks behind him, and seeing no one coming, calls again. Respecit et brutus nullo veniente, quid inquit mi fugis? Why do you run from me? And hears an answer, his own words again. Et totidem quod dixit verba recepit. He stands still, deceived by the answering voice. And here, let us meet, he cries. Per stat et alterne deceptus imagini vocis, ucco amis ait, nullique viventias umquam responsura sono coemes, retulit echo. Echo, never to answer other sound more gladly cries, let us meet. And to help her own words, she comes forth from the woods, that she may throw her arms around the neck she longs to clasp. Et verdis pavet ipsa suis egrisaque silva, ut iniceret sperato braccia collo. But he flees at her approach, and fleeing says, hands off, embrace me not. Ille fugit fugiensque, manus complexibus alter. May I die before I give you power over me. Aut ait emoriar quam sit tibi copia nostri. I give you power over me, she says, and nothing more. Retulit illa nihil nisi sit tibi copia nostri. Thus spurned she lurks in the woods, hides her shamed face among the foliage, and lives from that time on in lonely caves. Spreta latet silvis, cutibus daque frondibus ora, protegit et solis, ex illo vivit in antis. But still, though spurned, her love remains and grows on grief. Sed tamen erat amor crescitque dolore repulse. Her sleepless cares waste away her wretched form. Extenuant vigiles corpus miserabile cure, adducitque cutem matis, et in era suffus corporis omnis habit. She becomes gaunt and wrinkled, and all moisture fades from her body into the air. Only her voice and her bones remain, then only voice, for they say that her bones were turned to stone. Vox tantum atque ossa subversunt. She hides in the woods, and is seen no more upon the mountainsides, but all may hear her, for voice, and voice alone, still lives in her. Vox manet ossa ferunt lapidus draxis figuram, inde latat silvis, nulloque in monte videtur, omnibus auditur, sonus est, qui vivit in illa. Book 3, verse 400. Thus had Narcissus mocked her, thus had he mocked other nymphs of the waves or mountains. Sic alias undis aut montibus ortas, lucerat hic nymphas, sic coetis ante viridis. Thus had he mocked the companies of men. At last, one of these scorned youth, lifting up his hands to heaven, prayed, so may he himself love, and not gain the thing he loves. Inde manus aliquis despectus ad aethere dolens, sic amet ipsi licet, sic non potiatur amat. The goddess Nemesis heard his righteous prayer. Dixerat ad sensit recibus annusia lustis. There was a clear pool, silvery bright water, to which no shepherds ever came, or she-goats feeding on the mountainside, or any other cattle. Pons erat illimus, nitidis argenteus fundis, quem neque pastores, neque paste monte capere, contigerant aliude becus, quem culla volupris, nec ferat turbarat, nec lapsus ab arbore ramus, nor any other cattle, whose smooth surface neither bird nor beast nor falling bough ever ruffled. Grass grew all around its edge, fed by the water near, and a coppice that would never suffer the sun to warm the spot. Gramen erat circa, quod proximus humor allevat, silvaque sole locum passura, tepet cere nullo. Here the youth, worn by the chase and the heat, lies down, attracted thither by the appearance of the place by the spring. Hic puer et studio venandi lascus et estu procubuit faciemque loci potemque secutus. While he seeks to slake his thirst, another thirst springs up. Dumque sitim setare cupit, sitis altera crevit. And while he drinks, he is smitten by the sight of the beautiful form he sees. Dumque plebit, quise correptus imagine forme. He loves an unsubstantial hope, and thinks that substance which is only shadow. Spem sine corpore ama, corpus putat esse, quod umbra est. He looks in speechless wonder at himself, and hangs there motionless in the same expression. Ad stupet ipse sibi ultaque immotes eodem eeret, like a statue carved from Parian marble. Ut et pario formatum marmore signum. Prone on the ground, he gazes at his eyes, twin stars, and his locks worthy of Bacchus, worthy of Apollo. Spectatui postus gemini, sue lumina, silus et dignos vacuo, dignos et oppolimine crines, incubesque cenas, et eburnia coladecusque, oris et intiveo mixtum candore ruborem. On his smooth cheeks, his ivory neck, the glorious beauty of his face, the blush mingled with snowy white, all things, in short, he admires for which he is himself admired. Punctaque miratur, quibus est mirabilis ipse. Unwittingly, he desires himself, he praises, and is himself what he praises. While he seeks, sought. Sic Cupid imprudens et quid probat ipse probatur, dumque petitur. Equally, he kindles love and burns with love, pariterque accendit et ardet. How often did he offer vain kisses on the elusive pool? In rita fallaci quotient deditos ila font. How often did he plunge his arms into the water, seeking to clasp the neck he sees there, but did not clasp himself in them. In mediis quotient risum captantia colum, brachia mersi aquis, nec deprendit in illis. What he sees he knows not, but that which he sees he burns for. Quid videat nesi, quid quod vidit putitur ego. The same delusion mocks and allures his eyes. Atque oculos idem, qui decipit citat error. O fondly foolish boy, why vainly seek to clasp a fleeting image? Credule, quid frusta simulacra putcatia captas. What you seek is nowhere, but turn yourself away, and the object of your love will be no more. Quod petis et nusquam, quod amas habet terre verbis. That which you behold is but the shadow of a reflected form, and has no substance of its own. Ista repercusse quam cernis imagines umbra est, hil habet ista sui. With you it comes, with you it stays, and it will go with you, if you can go. Tecum venitque manectque, tecum descedit, si tu discedere possis. No thought of food nor rest can draw him from the spot. Non illim cereris, non illim cura quietis, abstrahere inde potest. But stretched on the shaded grass, he gazes on that false image with eyes that cannot look their fill, and through his own eyes perishes. Sed opaca fusit erba spectat in expleto mendacem lumini formam, perque oculat perit ipsi tuos. Raising himself a little, and stretching his arms to the trees, he cries, Palumque levatus ad circumstantes tendes sua brachias silvat. Did anyone, O ye woods, ever love me more cruelly than I? Equis ius silve crudelius, inquid amavi. You know, for you have been the convenient haunts of many lovers. Sitis enim et multis latebra opportuna puistis. Do you in the ages past, for your life is one of centuries, remember anyone who has pined away like this? Equem cum vestre tot agantur saecula vitae, qui sic tapurere longo neministis in ego. I am charmed and I see, but what I see and what charms me I cannot find. Et placet et video, sed quod videoque placetque, non tamen ingenio. So serious is the lover's delusion. Tantus tenet error amantem, and to make me grieve the more, no mighty ocean separates us, no long road, no mountain ranges, no city walls with close-shut gates. By a thin barrier of water are we kept apart. Quoque matis doleo, nec nos mare separat ingen, nec via, nec montes, nec clausis moenia portis, ex sijua prohibemur aqua. He himself is eager to be embraced. Cupit ipsi dineri. For often as I stretch my lips toward the loosened wave, so often with upturned face he strives to lift his lips to mine. Nam quotiens liquides, foreximus oscula limpis, ictotiens ad me resupino nititu ore. You would think he could be touched, so small a thing it is that separates our loving hearts. Posse potestant minimum est quod amantibus abstat. Whoever you are, come forth hither. Why, O peerless youth, do you elude me? Or whither do you go when I strive to reach you? Quisquis est, huc ex, quid me puer unici, fallis quove petitus abis. Surely my form and age are not such that you should shun them, and me too the nymphs have loved. Certe nec forma, nec aetas est mea, quam fusias, et amarunt mi quoque nymphe. Some ground for hope you offer me with your friendly looks, and when I have stretched out my arms to you, you stretch yours too. Spem mihi nescio quam vultu promittis amico, cumque ego porexit ibi brachia, origis ultro. When I have smiled, you have smiled back, cum risi agritis, and I have often seen tears when I weep on your cheeks. Lacrimas quoque sete notavin mi lacrimante tuas. My becks you answer with your nod, and, as I suspect from the movement of your sweet lips, you answer my words as well, but words which do not reach my ears. Nutu quoque signa remitas, et quantum motu formissi suspicor oris. Oh, I am he, iste ego sum. I have felt it. I know now my own image. Sensi, nec mea fallit imago. I burn with love of my own self. Uror amore me. I both kindle the flames and suffer them. Flammas moveoque, feroque. What shall I do? Quid faciam? Shall I be wooed or woo? Roger ane rogem. Why woo at all? Quid viende rojavo? What I desire I have. The very abundance of my riches beggar me. Quod cupio mecum est, in opem mi copia fecit. Oh, that I might be parted from my own body. O ultimum a nostre secedere corpore possum. And strange prayer for a lover, I would that what I love were absent from me. Votum in amante novo, velum quod amamos abessit, and now grief sapping my strength, iamque dolor vires addimit. But a brief space of life remains to me, and I am cut off in my life's prime. Hic tempora vitae longa me superat, primoque extinguor in evo. Death is nothing to me, for in death I shall leave my troubles. Nec mihi mors gravis est posituro morte dolores. I would he that is loved might live longer. Hic qui diligitur velem diuturnior esset. But as it is, we two shall die together in one breath. Nunc duo concordes anima mortiemur in una. He spoke, and half distraught, turned again to the same image. Dixit ed ad faciem rediit malesanus eandem et lacrimis turbavit aquas. His tears ruffled the water, and dimly the image came back from the troubled pool. Obscuraque moto redita forma laco est. As he saw it thus depart, he cried, "Oh, whither do you flee? Quam cum videssit abire, quo refugis? Stay here, and desert not him who loves thee, cruel one. Remanec me, crudelis, amantem desere. Still may it be mine to gaze on what I may not touch, and by that gaze feed my unhappy passion. Clamavit, diceat quod tangere non est, ad spicere et misero praevere alimenta furore." While he thus grieves, he plucks away his tunic at its upper fold, and beats his bare breast with pallid hands. Dumque dolet, summa vestem deduxit ab ora nudaque, man oreis percussit pectore palpis. His breast, when it is struck, takes on a delicate glow, just as apples sometimes, though white in part, flush red in other part, or as grapes hanging in clusters, take on a purple hue, but not yet ripe. Pectora traxerum croceam percosser ruborem, non aliter quam homa solem, quae candida parte brubent, aut ut variis solet uvaracemis lucere purpureum nondum matura colorem. As soon as he sees this, when the waters become clear again, he can bear no more, but as the yellow wax melts before a gentle heat, as hoar frost melts before the warm morning sun, so does he, wasted with love, pine away, and is slowly consumed by its heat fire. Quaesimur ad spexit equivata rursis in unda, non tulit uterius, sed ut intabescere flave, ignele vicere, matutinaque ruine solete pente sole, sic attenuatas amore, liquitur et tecto polati garbitur inde. No longer has he that ruddy color mingling with the white, no longer that strength and vigor, all that lately was so pleasing to behold. Et neque iam color et mixto candore rubori, nec vigor et vires et quae morovisa placebam. Scarce does his form remain, which once Echo had loved so well. Nec corpus remanet, quandam quod amaverat Echo. But when she saw it, though still angry and unforgetful, she felt pity, and as often as the poor boy says, "Alas," again with answering utterance she cries, "Alas." Quae tamen ut vidit, quam vis irata memorque, induluit, quotiensque quer miserabilis, dixerat, haec resonis iterebat vocibus and as his hands beat his shoulders, she gives back the same sounds of woe. Cumque suos manibus perserat ide lacertos, quoque redebat sonitem planchores eundem. His last words, as he gazed into the familiar spring, were these: "Alas, dear boy, vainly beloved," and the face gave back his words. Ultime vox solitam fuit haec spectantis in undam, frostra dilecte pue. And when he said farewell, farewell said Echo too. Totidemque remisit verba locus, dictoque valle intuit et Echo. He drooped his weary head on the green grass, and death sealed the eyes that marveled at their master's beauty. Ille caput viride fessum submissit in erba, lumina mors clausit domini mirantia formam. And even when he had been received into the eternal abodes, he kept on gazing on his image in the Stygian world. Tum quoque se postquam est inferna sedere septus, in Stygia spectabat aqua. His naiad sisters beat their breasts and shore their locks in sign of grief for their dear brother. Lancere sorores naides, et sectos frati posuere capillos. The dryads too lamented, and Echo gave back their sounds of woe. Lancerunt dryades, flangentibus ad sonat Echo. And now they were preparing the funeral pyre. The brandished torches in the bier. Iamque rogum quasasque faces feretrumque parabant. But his body was nowhere to be found. Nusquam portas erat. In place of his body, they find a flower, its yellow center girt with white petals. Croceam proportore florem, veniut odiis medicum, cingentibus albis. When this story was noised abroad, it spread the well-deserved fame of the seer throughout the cities of Greece, and great was the name of Tiresias. Cognita res meritam latit per Achaedas urbes, atulerat fama, nomenque erat auguris ingens, yet Aetion's son, Pentheus, the scoffer of gods, alone of all men flouted the seer, laughed at the old man's words of prophecy, taunted him with his darkness and loss of sight. Spernit Aequionides tamen hunc et omnibus unus contemptor superum pentea presagaquer et verba senis tenebraste, et clavem lucis adem